All right. Today, for the first time in this 2K cycle, I am back in 1991 to do the official resetting the NBA to the Jordan era simulation. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen up against the rest of this league that includes Hakeem Olajuwon, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, which, yes, I download a roster from the dude named Clutch OZ who makes all the cool rosters on PS5. We'll put Charles Barkley in here, Scottie Pippen, Dominique Wilkins, John Stockton, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and so on and so forth. Even Reggie Miller, as you saw just 2 seconds ago. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Also, in case you didn't realize, yeah, Shaq's not in there yet. He's in the draft, so we're gonna see Shaq get drafted, and that's about that. In case you somehow don't know how this works, I control nothing in this entire thing. We're just gonna watch and see how it would go in this 2K universe. Obviously, everything's basically the same except injuries are off, and players can sign wherever the hell they want. They could do free will. All right, cool. Michael Jordan's coming off his first championship, which he beat Magic for. Michael Jordan wins the 1992 NBA MVP. Dikembe Mutombo wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 20 already. 20. Sure, Dikembe, I guess you're Hakeem V2 in this era. Dan Marley, 6th Man of the Year. Hakeem, there he is, winning DPOY. Doug West, Most Improved, and Jim Lynam, Coach of the Year. Here's the first team, the second team, and the third team. And in the playoffs, we got the Bulls of the second seed behind Charles Barkley's team by 8 wins, 8 games, whatever. They are the best team in the league. The Jazz also did better than the Bulls at 56 wins, and the Lakers as well. The Lakers and Jazz far ahead of everybody in the West, although the division thing kind of makes it look worse. Michael Jordan led the NBA in points with 33.2, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Dennis Rodman, though, averaged 15 rebounds per game, and John Stockton 12 assists per game. Michael Jordan 3 steals, and Hakeem Olajuwon 3 blocks, tied with Dikembe Mutombo, though. And Mike also shot 61% from the field. And Steve Smith, although he actually only shot less than 1 3 a game, shot 59% from 3. The first round, the Celtics, Bullets, Knicks, Blazers, Hornets, Spurs, and Rockets and Clippers have all been eliminated. So far, the only upsets, the Suns able to beat the Clippers, and yes, just a 5-game series, not a 7-game. I did not know Doc Rivers played for the Clippers. I know he played for the Hawks and the Knicks. He's on the Clippers right here, right now, and well, they lost, so there you go. And the Knicks, I mean, this is probably a pretty good series, them versus Detroit, but Isaiah Thomas still healthy, no crazy injuries. He makes it to the second round. They got like a little big 3 going on over there. Second round, you got Barkley against Isaiah and Dennis Rodman and Joe Dumars. You got Michael Jordan versus Reggie Miller already. John Stockton and Carl versus Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. And James Worthy and Magic versus really just Jeff Hornacek and Kevin Johnson. They don't have Charles Barkley yet. Or they might never have Charles Barkley in this. Who knows? Hey, yo, before we go any further, I want to shout out to Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to play daily fantasy sports. Available in over 30 states. And use the code CLIQUE. Get 100% back and up to $100 your first deposit. Here's how it works. If I look at Tyrese Halliburton right here and say, hey, I think he'll score 20 points, I'd say more. But I don't think he will. So I'm going to say less. Sorry, Tyrese. RJ Barrett playing Philly. I think he'll go for less than 19 and a half. Sorry, RJ. Like 6.5 assists for Josh Giddey is usually light. That's usually what he gets around. I'm going to go with more for him. Sengun isn't always getting 8.5 rebounds, and he's playing Miami, who's got Bam down low. I'm going to say he gets less. I'm not sure. It might not be the exact conclusion there to make. Last but not least, I think McCollum over 5.5 assists. He does like to shoot a lot, but you know what? I think that's a solid one to take. Why not? So $20 you put down, at most you can get $200, 10 times your amount. You can get 2 times the amount with 4 correct and a couple dollars back with 3. I'm gonna use code CLIQUE and click the link in the description. Get up to 100% back and up to $100 your first deposit. And now to get back into the video. Pistons have been eliminated in 4 games by the Philadelphia by Charles Barkley, and Michael Jordan might be getting eliminated. He does. Reggie Miller eliminates Michael Jordan, holding him back from winning his 2nd straight championship. So the big 3, the three-peat, I mean, is already broken. Reggie Miller's averaging 28, 4, and 7 in the playoffs, which is very overstated, but all right. And Seattle loses to nobody's surprise. We've got Charles Barkley versus Reggie Miller, the 2 technically created guys who aren't in 2K are cooking. And then Malone and Stockton versus James Worthy and Magic on the other side of things. So Magic might actually get back the championship again. Charles Barkley up 3-1, and both teams eliminated. We have the Jazz versus 76ers in the final. So either Karl Malone, who never got a ring, or Charles Barkley, who never got a ring, is going to get a ring right here, right now. I wonder who the people with morals are going to vote for. The first game is going to be a win by the 76ers. Charles Barkley had 36 and 16. The second game, another win by the 76ers. They just came out with a 14-point lead. Malone had 26 and 10, but Barkley had 26 and 17. So which one's better? They're up 2-0, and the Sixers are going to go up 3-0. Charles Barkley running away with his championship run. Yep, it's over. 4-0 for Charles Barkley. And the Finals MVP, Philadelphia's Charles Barkley, 26 and 16 with 6 assists, almost 3 steals and 3 blocks if we round up, I guess, per game. It was actually just his birthday recently. He turned, I don't know how old. And I saw a bunch of stuff on Twitter like, oh yeah, Charles Barkley, he's better than you think. And I've always loved Charles Barkley. Oh, roster filler retired. All right, the draft lottery for Shaq. So obviously a lot of stuff has changed already, so this is going to change as well, maybe. I don't know. Are the Magic still going to be top 5? Okay, they are top 3. They have a chance. I'm just going to click it. Mavericks, Bucks, Magic, Kings, and Nuggets. It is going to be the Bucks, and the Magic fall down to 5. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to be the team that likely gets Shaquille Shaquille O'Neal could end up being the most dominant player in this. I've seen it many times before. Here we go. Simulate past this NBA draft. With the first overall pick, the Bucks take 84 overall Shaq. Alonzo Mourning goes to the Heat, not the Hornets, but he just skips straight to the Heat this time around. And Latrell Sprewell to the Kings, and so on and so forth. The Magic get Christian Laettner instead of Shaq. Oh wow, I didn't even realize this, but the Bucks already had Moses Malone, who's very old to be fair, but he'll be able to mentor Shaq for a season. I know Charles Barkley's always talked pretty highly about how Moses Malone mentored him, so there's that at least. Hey, and I will have no interference. Charles Barkley has decided to leave the 76ers for the Nuggets already. First season, we're getting shell shocked. Larry Bird stays with the Celtics, Isaiah Thomas with the Pistons. Hersey Hawkins also left the Sixers for the Bucks to go join Shaq. So maybe in our canon universe, he decided to leave first, and then Barkley said, well, there goes my second leading scorer with 21 points per game, so I guess I might as well leave too. The Sixers signed Mark Jackson, who doesn't do all that much scoring, and obviously that man Charles Barkley joined the Rookie of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo and Mahmoud. And yeah, I know you might think, wow, Dikembe was so old for a rookie. He really was. He was like a 25 or 24-year-old rookie or so. I don't know if he was that old. It feels like it's too old, but he was a pretty old rookie. Yeah, no, he was actually 25. He was indeed 25, and he played until he was 42. Just looked it up on my phone instead of putting it on the screen like a smart YouTuber. Michael Jordan wins MVP again. Shaq wins Rookie of the Year. Magic Johnson sixth man of the year. What development is taking on in Los Angeles? David Johnson, yeah, sure. David Robinson, defensive player of the year. D Brown, most improved player, and Phil Jackson, coach of the year. Michael, Clyde, Carl, Charles Barkley, and Patrick Ewing make the first team. Here's the second team, and here's the third team. Armin Gilliam makes the second team. Real quick, Lakers, they got Cedal Threat, a 31-year-old, 82 overall, starting over Magic Johnson. This isn't some sort of calculated, premeditated thing. I don't know what the hell is happening, but it is. The Trailblazers are the third seed. They got Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter showing out. And then you got the Nuggets. That's the first seed now with Charles Barkley, Mahmoud, and Dikembe. The Bulls are the best team in the league this year, though, with 58 wins. So they have high expectations. I mean, they did last year, too, but whatever. Dang, this is the creative Tony Kukoc. Is Kukoc not in the game? Washington Bullets are also a top 2 seed with a not very prolific team, but I did see Purvis Ellison on the second team, so there's that, I guess. Also, Horace Grant's brother, Harvey. Usually I say that as a joke, but it isn't. And Patrick Ewing is the third seed in the East. Also, the Warriors won 50 games with Run TMC. Actually, M is gone. I don't know where Mitch Richmond is, but he's not here. Points per game, number 1 is Michael Jordan. Number 1 in rebounds is Dennis Rodman. Assists, John Stockton. Steals, Michael Jordan. Blocks, Purvis Ellison. Field goal percentage, Michael, and 3-point percentage. Also, Michael with 2 threes attempted. He's shooting 56% from 3. So he is just fully better than everybody except for hey Del Curry, how you doing? He's just, in terms of threes, he is up there in terms of people who shoot a good amount. I mean, it's only 1.7 threes. I'm not about to gas him. And they are currently down 2-0 immediately in the first round to the Pistons. And they have lost in a 4-game series. Michael Jordan loses to Isaiah Thomas yet again. On top of that, there's a few other upsets I could already see. The Phoenix Suns have defeated the Golden State Warriors, so the TM lost to Kevin Johnson. Seattle beat Portland, so Gary Payton and Sean Kemp were able to beat Clyde Drexler. And Utah beat the Lakers. Maybe if they started, what's his name, Magic Johnson, would be a little bit different. Philadelphia with new star Armin Gilliam. Actually, he was here last year too. They just won again, beating the Knicks in the first round. And that's all the upsets. So yeah, the Celtics, 76ers, Jazz, and Suns have been eliminated. The Pistons are going all the way to the conference finals, the 8th seed, defeating old man Larry Bird. Every other one was a pretty close series, but not an upset. So we're just going to keep it pushing. Well, first and foremost, you got Purvis Ellison against Isaiah Thomas and Charles Barkley back on the other conference up against Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. Seattle and the Bullets have been eliminated. So the Pistons and Nuggets, the 8th seed against the 1 seed, but we'll come out victorious. I guess we'll see. First game goes to the Pistons. Also, while we're here, my album Hourglass is out. So actually, it's not my album. It's by some guy named CLIQUE. The links will be in the description. 34-13-6 from Charles Barkley. 32-10 from Mahmoud. The Pistons up 2-1 now. None of these games have been nail biters just yet. It kind of goes one, but not close enough. 6-point win by the Pistons. They're up 3-1. Is it over? No, it is not. Is it over now? No, it is not. About a 3-1 lead. Game 7 in Denver, Charles Barkley's hometown now. This would be real intense if they can just get back into this game. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. It's not happening. It's definitely not happening. The Nuggets defense, Dikembe Mutombo is holding. I mean, they're not scoring either, but there hasn't been a point scored. I've been talking this entire time in the past 2 minutes. That was the first point scored just now. A Garland medium jump shot, and Charles Barkley's about to go back-to-back moving teams and makes it back to the finals and wins the championship. Mark Aguirre shot 3 for 13. Bill Laimbeer 2 for 8. Woolridge 0 for 7. But Mahmoud had 31. Mutombo 25 and Barkley 24, 13, and 7 in order to force the Pistons to blow a 3-1 lead and win another championship. We're in the draft for Chris Webber and Penny Hardaway, most importantly. And with the first pick, Magic are up there yet again. It's going to go to the Magic. They can draft whichever one they want. And it's the Magic and Heat. Heat get number 2 against. The Heat are building a real nice core. The Magic select Chris Webber, who is an 84 overall, to be fair, over Penny Hardaway. They'll have Chris Webber and Alonzo Mourning in the front court, like a fake Alonzo and Larry Johnson. Tim Hardaway re-signs with the Warriors. Oh, there goes Mitch Richmond. He goes to the he was already with Kings this whole time. I didn't realize he was only with the Warriors for 3 years. When people talk about like this era, they talk like it was like the most insane thing ever. Certain stuff like that. I don't know. Like, do you ever think about this era and think about, oh yeah, how people talk about like Run TMC and certain middle level teams like that, and think that we're gonna talk the same way about like the Blazers in 20 years, even though CJ and Dame never won anything? Just a little league update after this player progression period. Michael Jordan's in 99 still, Malone's in 95, Hakeem's in 94, Drexler, Stockton, Ewing. You could see them all on the screen. This is all the 90s though in the league. Right here, it ends right here. Shaq's coming up though, and so is Sean Kemp. Jordan wins the MVP yet again. Chris Webber Rookie of the Year, Christian Laettner 6-man, Michael Jordan DPOY, Kenny Anderson, Paul Wellstead. Nice. Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, Johnson, Isaiah, Sean Kemp, Dominique, Hakeem, and here's the third team because we don't care about these clowns. At the end of this season, you got Denver being the best yet again, Chicago following closely behind, then you got the Heat with 50 wins, Steve Smith, hello, Alonzo Mourning, his team. Wait, is Chris Webber, wait, did I say Chris Webber got drafted here or no? I thought Chris Webber got drafted with alongside Alonzo. Am I tweaking? Oh no, it was Penny. Right, because they had the second pick. Okay, he's literally right there. Also, Jordan led the league in scoring with 34 points per game, Patrick Ewing with almost 14 rebounds, Magic Johnson with almost 12 assists, Sean Kemp at 66% from the field, 3 steals from Jordan, 3 blocks from Ewing, 57% from 3 from Dan Marley. Also, second round's already here. And yeah, we're already in the second round, and the Bucks got upset by the Pistons. Shaq was the 3rd seed already. I mean, to be fair, he's pretty far into his career, but he lost to Isaiah Thomas in the first round. Miami Heat, they lost to the Pacers. Reggie Miller's gonna be going back to the second round again. And the Spurs, who was on this? David Robinson, right, able to beat the Supersonics, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Second round, Spurs, Nuggets, Magic, and Pistons eliminated. So we got Michael Jordan versus Reggie Miller yet again, and Clyde Drexler against whoever the hell, Kevin Johnson. And yes, the Suns were able to beat Charles Barkley. So there's a little, interesting caveat there. The Bulls make quick work of the Pacers, and the Suns able to make their way to the finals. So Jordan will play the Suns in the finals. They just don't have Charles Barkley. His first time in the finals of this whole simulation. I hope I just clicked simulate round on accident. Well, it's 2-2. Bulls smoke them in this. It was only a 3-point win. And the Suns are going to run away with this one, and it's 3-3, game 7. The Suns are taking the NBA Finals. Yes, Michael Jordan just lost to Kevin Johnson. Kevin McHale retired, also roster filler. I kind of skipped past the free agency, so I guess if anything crazy happened, we'll see it eventually. Oh, Purvis Ellison, you signed with the Bulls. That's a surprise. He averages 20 points per game. Maybe that's the thing that they needed. Drazen's on the Knicks. Michael Jordan, most valuable player. Grant Hill, Rookie of the Year. Billy Owens, David Robinson, Richard Dumas. First team, second team, third team. Jordan led in points. David Robinson in rebounds. John Stockton in assists. Jordan in steals. Alonzo in blocks. And field goal, PJ Brown. First round, the Spurs were able to upset the Jazz. So on and so. Everything else looked pretty normal. Sorry, Carl. You'll be all right. And the Bulls lose to the Magic. So the Bulls lost to Christian Laettner and Chris Webber. The Heat lost to the Bucks. Steve Smith and Penny Hardaway lost to Shaq. So we've got a, well, I just told you, Shaq versus Chris Webber. The 94 and 93 #1 overall picks, or whatever years it was, 92 and 93. Dikembe and Charles Barkley against Jeff Hornacek and Dan Marley and Kevin Johnson trying to repeat. And we have the Bucks, Shaq going to the finals, and Charles Barkley versus Shaq. That is the finals we have been blessed with. The TNT crew. First game's going to Shaq. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, it's over. We've also got Shaq versus Mutombo. I can't just, go over that. Second game to Shaq again. Is it just over? 3-0, 3-1. Is Barkley about to come back from another deficit? Nope, it's over. Shaquille O'Neal finals MVP of what year is this? 96? 95. Larry Bird Hall of Fame. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at the draft this year. Kevin Garnett went to the Hawks, Antonio McDyess to the Kings, and so on and so forth. Hakeem Olajuwon has left the Rockets, who he's had no success with. I haven't even seen him in the playoffs, to go to the Bullets. Charles Barkley has went to go join Hakeem Olajuwon's Rockets, so that's a real shock. Patrick Ewing to the Jazz. Is Karl Malone still there? Because that's wait, I have to actually just check that. Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, and Karl Malone is the first ever insane big three formulated through free agency or whatever. Michael Jordan, he's won every single MVP. Kevin Garnett, Rookie of the Year. Jason Kidd, 6th Man of the Year in his second season. Michael Jordan, DPOY. Vin Baker, Most Improved, and Rex Hughes, Coach of the Year. Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Barkley, Vin Baker, and Hakeem first team. Here's the second team, and here's the third team. Points, Glenn Robinson led the league with 29 points per game. Charles Barkley in rebounds. Assists is John Stockton. Steals, Michael Jordan. Blocks, Hakeem Olajuwon. Turnovers, sorry, Gary Payton. Field goal percentage, PJ Brown. 3-point percentage, Jeff Hornacek. And here we go. The first round, Pistons out of here. Blazers, Hawks, Kings, Bulls, Bullets, and Suns, and Lakers. Chicago Bulls MVP Michael Jordan, the 3rd seed. They lose in the first round to Chris Webber. And aside Aside from that, Reggie Miller upset Hakeem Olajuwon and the Bullets, but those are the only 2 upsets so far. Actually, nope, the Suns, former champions, they get upset by the team that was just in the championship, but they don't have Barkley anymore, so I guess that explains for that. Second round, the Magic, Mavericks, Pacers, and Nuggets are out of here. Actually, no upsets right there. So the conference finals, wait, is it all the top seeds? Yeah, it's the top 4 seeds. Penny Hardaway, Joe Dumars, Glenn Rice, and Alonzo Mourning against Hersey Hawkins, Shaq, and Horace Grant. And for Utah versus Seattle, you got the new big 3 with Stockton, Malone, and Ewing against actually Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, who they played a couple times before prior to getting Ewing. Just for the record, the Heat had 69 wins and the Jazz had 66 wins. Nobody in the West was even close. Nobody else even had 50 wins. The Bucks did have 64 wins, so that's the matchup we're getting right here. And the Jazz easily make it to the finals, and so do the Heat pretty easily. We've got Alonzo versus Patrick, and then the rest. Yeah, the 1996 NBA Finals. Oh my God, they got this garbage era filter on. I always forget about this. There will never, and I mean truly never, be a day where I use those. Long will passing the ball to Penny Hardaway. Penny going right at the basket. Penny crosses over between his legs. Layup is good. Incredibly contested layup by Penny. Rogers pulls up, shot off, rebound by Roney, Ronnie, whatever. I also never turned off foul outs for this league. I know I've been doing that a lot recently. Who cares? I might do it. We'll see. Because I don't see like half of the people that I care about in this game, actually. Williams pump fakes and takes the 3. That is off. Rebound by Ronnie. Layup is good. Seriously, where are all the players that I care about? Alonzo Mourning fouled out. Bruce Bowen fouled out. Karl Malone almost fouled out. Patrick Ewing fouled. I'm turning it off after this game. I'm not doing that anymore. He can foul 10 times a game. I don't care. My league, buddy. Van Exel down to Karl Malone. Malone in the post. Like 2K. You guys are actually some of the most incompetent people to ever walk the earth. Karl Malone, nice fadeaway though. Penny Hardaway, pull up, good. Karl Malone to the basket, layup, and 1. Oh, wow, the Heat missed a free throw. Jazz got a chance, down by 2. Van Exel with the basketball. Pass down to Karl Malone. Malone in the post. Malone, he's going to take the layup, and it's good. Penny Hardaway, the screen. Penny goes right, pulls up, moving 3, and that is good. Hooray. 3-point win for them. You already know these idiots aren't going to hit a full court shot. Right, cool. He had 36 and 11 for 12 shooting. He missed more free throws than shots. Heat with the win. They're up 2-0. Is it over? No. 3-1, 4-1. Miami able to defeat the big 3. Alonzo Mourning, Finals MVP. Oh wait, hold on. Before I simulate, no, don't simulate. The NBA draft just happened. The good one with like Kobe, that guy. Oh, that's cool. Kobe went to the Knicks. Celtics got Allen Iverson. That is true. They did lose Patrick Ewing, and yeah, all right, there you go. Yep, just making sure I see everybody. All right, cool. Wait, Michael Jordan's on the Supersonics. Kobe, yeah, sure. All right, buddy. Yep, great. Can we you know what? Screw it. Yeah, I guess Michael Jordan's on the Supersonics. I mean, screw it. At this point, we're so deep in, and he hasn't won anything, so why not? And they created another big 3 over here with him, Gary Payton, and Sean Kemp. First round, Spurs, Pacers, Nets, Magic, Heat, all got eliminated. Second round, the Heat were the first seed, by the way, the reigning champions. They just got eliminated by the Bulls without Michael Jordan, which is just Scottie Pippen, Doug Smith, and Purvis. The Bulls still lost in the next round though to the Hawks, and the Hawks are playing up against Hawks, Kevin Garnett playing Shaq, and Seattle's playing Utah. So Michael Jordan versus Karl Malone for the first time in the simulation, because neither one of them can make wait, never mind, Karl Malone's gone, and so is John Stockton. It's just Patrick Ewing and Kenny Anderson. I don't know what's going on. The Hawks and the Jazz have been eliminated. The Jazz almost just came back from down 3-0 to win, but they lost in the 7th game, as you could see. And we have Shaq versus Michael Jordan in the finals. Shaq and Gary and Sean. 43 from Jordan. They win another game. It is 2-1 in favor of the Supersonics. Another win from them. They are up 3-1. Jordan had 40 again, and it's over. Michael Jordan, finals MVP, 33 points per game to win his second championship, but first of the video. At least Shaq already has one. Magic Johnson's retired. Tom Chambers, Magic Hall of Famer. Obviously, water is wet or not. Either it's dry or wet, but either way, Magic being a Hall of Famer is more definitive than water's subjectiveness. Grizzlies, Lakers, Hornets, Pistons, Hornets, Celtics. Who's even in? Oh yeah, isn't this the Tim Duncan draft, or is this the Dirk draft? Pretty sure it's Tim Duncan. So Hornets, right? You should be getting yourself a Tim Duncan. Oh, Grizzlies. It's pretty good. Stopped it right on time. Chris Webber is going to be, I believe, staying with the Magic, right? Yep. David Robinson has yet to leave the Spurs. Penny Hardaway staying with the Heat. Scottie Pippen, a Bulls lifer, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Isaiah Thomas, you're pretty old and are going to leave Detroit. Jordan has went down 2 overalls to a 97. Shaq is also a 97. He's now classified as the best player in the league since he's above Jordan, as you could see with your 2 eyes. Karl Malone, wait, why does he have hair? You know what? I'm just going to keep scrolling because he's feeling real youthful, if you know what I mean. Charles Barkley wins MVP. Chauncey Billups, Rookie of the Year, over Tim Duncan, which is interesting. First team, Kenny Kendall Gill, second team Michael Adams, and third team Grant Hill. Into this playoffs, you got the NBA standings. Miami has 60 wins, Houston 61, and Seattle right behind at 53, Utah 52, Orlando 59, and Atlanta 54. Kobe Bryant led the league in scoring with 32 points per game. He had 5 assists, but Brevin Knight, also known as Ricky Rubio, I guess, averaged 11 assists a game. Steals, 2.3 for Mookie Blaylock. Rebounds, 13 for David Robinson. Field goal percentage, 65% for Shaq, and three-point percentage, almost 50% for Jeff Hornacek. And it goes the first round of the playoffs. Bulls are already out of here. Nuggets, Magic. Second round, we got the Hawks getting upset by the Wizards. So Akeem Olajuwon and Karl Malone are on the same team up against Isaiah Thomas and Kevin Garnett. And they were able to beat that Hawks team. The New Jersey Nets playing up against the Orlando Magic. The Nets, Derek Coleman, Mark Price, and Jason Kidd. Kind of interesting that he actually found his way back to the Nets again. And Peja, they beat Jerry Sackhouse, Chris Webber, and them. And on the West, only one upset. It's the Suns losing to the Grizzlies, led by Michael Finley, Steve Nash, Glenn Rice, and Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan off the not off the bench, but he only put up 8 in this game. They beat Jeff Hornacek and them. Second round, a win. Bucks, Wizards, Jazz all eliminated. We're gonna have the 1-seeded Heat versus the 7-seeded Nets. Penny versus Jason Kidd. Peja versus Steve Smith. And the biggest mismatch of them all, Alonzo Mourning versus Eldon Campbell. And the Rockets versus Supersonics. Charles Barkley versus Michael Jordan. The matchup, probably the 2 best players of the simulation thus far, because Mike keeps on winning MVPs and checked on winning rings. But Mike just got a ring, and he's losing right now. He's down 3-0. 3-1 in both series, and that's it for them. The Heat make their way to the finals, and so do the Supersonics lose to the Rockets. You got Charles Barkley versus Alonzo Mourning and Penny Hardaway in the finals, so Barkley able to bet Jordan in a 6-game series. All right, we actually have a close game. 43 seconds left. The Rockets or the Heat back up the other way. They're down by 2 points. 37 seconds left in this game. The pass down the post to Penny Hardaway. Penny shoots a post hook over the left shoulder, and it is a tied game. Kenny Smith gets a screen on the right. He's going to pass down the post to Chuck. Charles Barkley goes left, steps back out to Brown. Brown hands it down to the post to Gilliam. Artem Gilliam. He steps out of bounds. He just walks out of bounds. Kevin Willis passing the ball to Steve Smith. Steve Smith the screen on the left side or the right side. Pass down to Penny. Penny in the post again. He gets double teamed. He's going to shoot anyways and misses. Rebound by Willis. Willis right there. Did he get it off in time? I actually have no clue. Oh, he didn't. All right. This is only game 1. That's setting the tone of the series. 44 seconds left. Rockets have the ball, and they're also up by 1. Hopefully these losers over at Miami don't foul. Let me see a shot. There you go. Marbury to the basket. Marbury into the post. Back out to Chuck. Charles, come on. Show me something. Oh, the pass down to Charles Barkley on the backdoor cut for the dunk, and that's a 3-point lead. That was a pretty nice play. The pass in. What an awful pass. It goes right to Charles Barkley, and that's going to do it. 11-point win by the Heat. Barkley at 31 in the loss. Another win by the Heat. It always looks like the Rockets have the more prolific stat lines, but the Heat had like 45 players in double figures. There you go. Win by the Rockets. Another dominant win by the Rockets. 29 from Larry Johnson. And another win by the Rockets. Charles Barkley 40, 19, and 6, and he has won another championship. 29, 12, and 5 for Mr. Barkley. Isaiah Thomas and Dominique Wilkins make the Hall of Fame. In this NBA draft, the 76ers drafted Dirk number 1. The Raptors got Vince Carter again at number 3. The Knicks got Antoine Jameson. Paul Pierce falls to number 6, the Trailblazers. Oh, Patrick Ewing signed with the Bulls. Hakeem signed with the Rockets. I'm just looking through all these. Jason Kidd re-signed with the Nets. The Rockets have Hakeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley, just like how they did back in the day. I just realized on the top left it says simulating ... What if I click off of this? Oh no, it just says practice day. Chris Webber wins MVP. Antoine Jameson Rookie of the Year. Vin Baker 6th man. T-Mac Most Improved. Glenn Harper. Michael Jordan 1st team. 2nd team Malone. 3rd team Kobe. Rockets won 62 games. The Magic won 65, led by the MVP Chris Webber. Kobe led the league in scoring, rebounds, Alonzo Mourning. Jason Kidd assists. Jason Kidd steals, blocks. Alonzo Mourning again. Field goal percentage Shaq 65%, and 3-point percentage it is Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. All right, screw the first round upset. We're getting straight to the conference finals. Forget every team that doesn't make it. Wow, the Rockets lost in the first round. Actually, never mind. I take that back. That is a pretty crazy upset. That's one of the only upsets. Just them and the Supersonics. They lost to the Kings. They lost to Mitch Richmond and Latrell Sprewell. The conference finals is the Hawks, led by Kevin Garnett, against the Nets, led by Jason Kidd, and the Vancouver Grizzlies up against the Dallas Mavericks. Steve Nash and Tim Duncan against John Stockton, Glenn Robinson, and Bryant Reeves. The Hawks 110% just blew a 3-0 lead. I watched it happen. They blew a 3-0 to the Nets. Kevin Garnett, I believe it is, or no, actually it's Jason Kidd. Just Kevin Garnett blew a 3-0 lead. Jason Kidd came back from it, and in the 6-game series over here. The Mavericks are able to take out the other team. So Jason Kidd or John Stockton both looking for their first rings. I don't think John won one yet. First game, the Mavs are up by 2 with 44 seconds left, and the Nets have the ball. Was that Sean Bradley? Who is that tall bastard? Is that Murasan? That is Murasan. That is Big George. He is going to pass the ball into Cedric Maxwell. Is that? No, Vernon. That's Vernon. Cedric's from the 80s. Vernon's the one that hates the Jazz. Oh, Murasan just, what the hell? Murasan with all the confidence in the world. Does he even average points? The man, that was his second bucket of the game. He has a 62 mid-range shot, and he just took that shot. I mean, I guess he can't see a contest, so hey, who cares? John Stockton, screen on the left side for Moncrief for 3. That was real ugly looking. I don't know if that was the one. Pat Moncrief has a 50 3-point shot. 50. Yeah, I don't think that he is a 6'6" point guard though. That's pretty promising. 50 3-point shot. Wow. John Stockton was just being nice by passing him the ball. The pass into Jason Kidd and take the game, whatever finals win. Kidd holding it for the last shot, probably 4 seconds left. Kidd goes left. He stops. He passes it over to Maxwell for 3. It is looking real off, and they're going overtime. The Nets are going all the way. They are going to win this game 110%. Probably earned it after old dude like the 50 overall 3-point shot. Take the shot. Looks like the Nets have a hold on this one as well. They win by 4 points. Jason Kidd 31 and 15. They're going to run away with it. They are going to run away with it. They're not blowing no 3-0 lead. Jason Kidd, finals MVP, 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 13 assists. One hell of a stat line. Dennis Rodman retired. James Worthy makes the Hall of Fame. And Brand goes #1 Pacers. Michael Jordan has went to the Denver Nuggets to team up with Dikembe Mutombo. Chris Webber, most valuable player. Manu, rookie of the year. Shaq, DPOY. Glenn Harper, Penny Hardaway. Skipped over all the teams because screw it. Penny Hardaway averaged 34 points. KG, 13 rebounds. Jason Kidd, 11 assists. First round, 76ers, Spurs, Jazz, Clippers, Bulls, Suns, Hawks, all eliminated. There was not one upset except for, that's a complete lie. All of these rounds are upsets. The Rockets defeated the Spurs. The Rockets being led by Charles Barkley, so I don't know really how that's an upset. The Nuggets, Michael Jordan upset Sean Kemp, so I don't know if that's an upset, then sure. And Dallas, Glenn Robinson defeat Kenny Anderson. All right. Next round, the Nets, Heat, Mavericks, and okay, they are eliminated. We got Chris Webber against Shaquille O'Neal in the conference finals. And yet again, Michael Jordan versus Charles Barkley, except they're the 5th and 6th seed this time around. And the Nuggets have been eliminated by Charles Barkley, and Chris Webber makes it to the finals. Charles Barkley versus Chris in the finals, but also Hakeem Olajuwon, 84 overall at center. First game to the Magic, second game to the Rocks, third game back to the Magic, fourth game to the Magic in a complete blowout, 38, 10, and 12 by Chris Webber. And the Orlando Magic are your NBA champions. Chris Webber wins finals MVP, the #1 seed himself. 2000 NBA champions, the year that obviously Shaq and Kobe were supposed to win. Penny Hardaway, most valuable player. Alonzo Mourning, DPOY. Penny Hardaway, first team. Second team, Allen Iverson. Third team, Glenn Robinson. Cavs, Gabba Dabba 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 Doo, all eliminated. Penny led the league in the season scoring with 34 points per game. Assist was Michael Williams. Rebounds was Chris Webber. TJ Brown in field goal percentage. Hubert Davis in 3-point percentage. Pacers, Lakers, Spurs, and Pistons eliminated. You got Jerry Stackhouse up against Baron Davis and Vince Carter and Marcus Camby. Oh yeah, also Chris Webber. I don't know why I didn't see him. Shaq on the Jazz, I guess. Why does everyone went to the Jazz in this video? Against Michael Jordan. The Nuggets eliminated. We have the Jazz versus Raptors. Shaquille O'Neal against Vince Carter in the finals. Jazz smoke him in the first game. Shaq's gonna run away with this. Shaq is running away with this. It's over. 4-0. Shaquille O'Neal finals MVP. That's only his second championship though, but it does come during one of the years that he was supposed to be winning in the real life. Chris Mullin retired. Gilbert Arenas goes to the Supersonics. Pau Gasol to the Clippers, and Tony Parker to the Hornets. He went there in like his last dying year in real life. Tim Duncan signs with the Grizzlies. Was he already on the Grizzlies? Yeah. Jason Kidd's gonna go to the Bucks from the Nets. T-Mac stays with the Pistons. Michael Jordan goes to another new team, the Cavaliers. David Robinson also finds a new team going to the Nets. The Lakers, Chauncey Billups retained onto that team. Patrick Ewing to the Orlando Magic, cursed team in real life that he went to, but actually, I mean, he is 38, so yeah. Kevin Garnett, most valuable player. Gilbert, rookie of the year. Alonzo Mourning led the league in scoring and rebounds. Assist was Andre Miller. First round, all these scrubs got eliminated. Second round, all these scrubs got eliminated. And onto the conference finals, we got the 2 versus 4 seed in both sides. Chris Webber playing up against Mike Bibby and old man Charles Barkley on the Pistons. Wait. Was that not Tracy McGrady just right there? Oh, yeah, he's right there. 95 overall, Tracy McGrady. Maybe I should look at the player that's like staring right back at me. Oh, yeah, there we go. Reggie Miller against the first time I ever go to look at the player. I don't know who the hell RJ Moore is, but he's with Gilbert Arenas up against Glenn Robinson and Reggie Miller. Sure. And then the Supersonics got eliminated and the Pistons. So we're going to have a finals between, funnily enough, Reggie Miller and Chris Webber. Webber, the two guys from TNT. I don't know if I think they fired Chris, but whatever. 1 minute left in this game one. Crochet, whatever. Passing the ball to Robinson. Screen on the right side for Robinson. He goes to the right all the way to the basket. Layup, fouled. Rod Strickland, he's going to pull up for three. Way off, or the rebound by Webber, and he misses the dunk. Stackhouse got it in the post on the perimeter. Down to Webber again. Chris Webber trying to work on the baseline. He takes a layup that should be good, and it is. 38 seconds left for them. Down by 1 point. Glenn Robinson bringing it up. Glenn goes behind the back and pulls the three. It is off, and Chris Webber fights for the rebound and gets it. I mean, they have to foul. Yeah, I was about to say they don't have to, but I know they're going to. To be fair, they are down by 3, but they have Reggie Miller, so maybe you should give him the ball. He's good at hitting threes. Passing to Nick Van Exel. Van Exel goes left, goes right. He pulls up the three. He's good at that too, and he hits it. Rod Strickland holding for the last shot. Strickland goes left. He stops. He goes in and out. He steps back. He goes right. He pulls up the jumper. It's off. Rebound by nobody. 0.2 seconds left. That is it for regulation. There's been so many OT games. My God. 32 seconds left. Orlando has the basketball and they're down by 1. Strickland brings it up. He's going to get the screen from the big man. Is that Patrick? That's old man Patrick Ewing. Strickland to the basket all the way. Layup gets blocked. He gets his own rebound. Pump fakes it. Throws it down to Posey. Posey layup is good. Real nasty basketball we're watching here. Glenn Robinson's got it. You know, it's funny. I never turned off foul outs. Not once. I feel like some key players in this game are fouled out. 4 seconds left. He's holding it to the last shot, even though they're down by 1 point. And he's just going to pull from there and miss. What a decision. The Magic win the first game of the finals. Chris Webber had 22, 10, and 14, and Patrick Ewing had 23. Yeah, Chris Webber fouled out. Christian Leitner fouled out. And Moncrief fouled out, I guess. It is game 6 now because I felt like simulating the game 6. Screw all the other games. And the Mavericks are going to win this one, tie it up, go to game 7. And the Mavericks win game 7 as well, 107-88. And Glenn Robinson is the finals MVP. Michael Jordan has retired in 2002. So is Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing and Scottie Pippen and Scott Skiles and Mark Price and Horace Grant and Kevin Johnson and Rod Strickland. The entire era is just gone. Mitch Richmond too. Kemba Mutombo. A couple of those guys made the Hall of Fame. Jordan is currently the all-time scoring leader, and without him going to baseball or getting injured ever, which he didn't really do much of in his career anyways. Although this still does include his second year where he got injured. To be fair, we started after that. He has more points than LeBron had in real life with 41,527. Timberwolves draft Yao Ming. 76ers get Amari and Dennis Rodman Jr. That is not, I mean, maybe. Screw it. James Worthy the second. That's funny. I've seen Junior a lot, but never the second. And Drew Gooden to the Celtics. We're into the new era, the Kobe era, or so they call it. The these guys era. Chris Webber, most valuable player. Alonzo Mourning, DPOY. Kobe, first team. Kidd, second team. Nash, third team. 35 points per game for Shaq. Oh, you could tell we entered the new era with these scoring numbers. Kobe also averaged 34. Vin Baker, 12 rebounds, 12 assists by Jason Kidd. 63% from the field from Kenyon Martin. 50% from the field from 3 from BJ Armstrong. Hornets, Kings, Nets, Nuggets, Pacers, Spurs, and Cavs all get eliminated. And the Jazz, the Blazers, and the Wizards. The conference finals, why are the Magic starting a 68 overall? I don't know, but he has to guard Jason Kidd. They've got the MVP still, Chris Webber, and you know, well, yeah. The Lakers, Chauncey Billups and Vin Baker with another 69 overall center. I don't know why there's so many 60s starting these days against Stephon Marbury and Kevin Garnett. The Lakers eliminate the Rockets, and the Magic are eliminated by the Bucks. So I guess none of the 60s, or never mind. Jeb Collins could hold up. He has to guard George Murison now, though. So Chauncey Billups and Vin Baker against Jason Kidd. One of the most boring finals I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, it is 3-2. It's a pretty good finals right now. And the Lakers are going to win it. I'm pretty sure that was it. They just needed that one game. There it is. Vin Baker, finals MVP, 27-9. Karl Malone is retired. He yet again did not win a championship, but he did make the Hall of Fame. The draft lottery in the year of LeBron, the Heat, Sixers, Hawks, Suns, and 76ers again are in the top 5. The Cavs are nowhere to be found. Kobe's Knicks are top 10, and the Supersonics also have 2 top 10 slots. The Hawks have 2 as well, so it's a lot of repeats here. If the Heat or Suns or Knicks or Mavericks win it, that would be very against odds. Let's see. The Heat won it. I'm pretty sure they were still number 1 though, right? I don't know. Those LeBron headed to Miami. The Heat have drafted LeBron James over Dwayne Wade to go to the 76ers. The Suns got Carmelo Anthony. The Hawks got Chris Bosh. Kobe Bryant has signed with the Lakers in the offseason, and Shaq signs with the Bulls. Iverson signs with the Knicks. Reggie Miller to the Cavaliers. Baron Davis to the Raptors. Glenn Robinson to the Mavericks, or to the Pistons. Jason Terry stays with the Clippers, and so on and so forth. So who is Kobe joining in Los Angeles? Well, Chauncey Billups, the team that literally just won the championship, actually. Shaq joins Antoine Antoine Jameson, the team that Kobe was just with. I mean, my bad, Allen Iverson does. And Shaq joins Eddie Jones. So I guess history repeats itself. And Udonis Haslem. Stephon Marbury, most valuable player. LeBron Guy wins Rookie of the Year. Shaq, BOY, wearing number 41. That's awful. First team, Lamar Odom. Second team, Jason Kidd. Third team, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. Allen Iverson averaged 31 points per game. Lamar Odom not far behind. Never thought I'd be saying that. Same with Jason Terry. Rebounds with Shaq. Assists, 12 from Jason Kidd. You know what I haven't checked actually? Screw this. Nope. Go to one of the players. Who the hell is Jason Sasser? I don't. Oh, I remember this guy. Never mind. The most points put up in a game this season is 55 by Allen Iverson. But no. I want to see all time. I want to see if anyone's ever got up the Wilt numbers. No, nobody's dropped no 70. Lamar Odom dropped 60 points in a playoff game last season. That's the highest that anybody's put up in the entire simulation. And Chauncey Billups made 15 threes in a game last season, in a playoff game at that, which is far and away the most ever in a game by 4 in any game. Hornets, Pistons, Spurs, and Rockets eliminated the conference finals. Chris Webber and Elton Brand up against Jason Kidd and Antonio McDyess. And Rip Hamilton, Paul Pierce, and Mahmoud against Jason Terry and Jamal Mashburn and Powell. Pretty interesting. All right, yeah, there you go. Bucks and Blazers into the lose, and we're into the finals. The Magic versus the Clippers. Pau Gasol, Jamal Mashburn, and Jason Terry, second leading scorer in the NBA, against Chris Webber, Elton Brand, and Jerry Stackhouse, the MVP and his confidants. And the Magic are running away with it. It is 3-0, 4-0, and Chris Webber, another championship. Chris Webber has 3 MVPs and 2 championships so far. Dwight Howard was drafted #1 to the Mavericks. T-Mac has signed with the Magic, leaving Detroit and going to the team that he was actually on around this time. Chris Webber has left Orlando to sign with the Celtics, so T-Mac just took his spot. The Nets are going to get Tim Duncan. He leaves Memphis for the first time. The Bucks keep Jason Kidd. The Grizzlies keep Steve Nash. Ray Allen is going to go to the Supersonics from the Golden State, and so on and so forth. Also, just as an update to like the entire league right now, Kobe's the best player at 98. Then you got T-Mac 97, KG 97, Shaq 96, Chris Webber 95, and then so on and so forth. My God. LeBron's an 88 at 19. Vin Baker wins MVP, and by the way, he's teammates with Kobe. Shaq, DPOY. Dennis Rodman Jr., most improved player. First team, Mike Bibby. Second team, Steve Nash. Third team, Lamar Odom. 31 points per game from Melo. 12 assists from, Andre Miller. 13 rebounds from Shaq. 65% from the field from Shaq. Miami, Wizards, Lakers, and Rockets. The Lakers keep on getting eliminated. Kobe, what's going on? T-Mac and the Magic are, it's funny, Christian Laettner was off the bench all those years with Chris Webber. Maybe this is a better fit anyways. T-Mac playing up against his cousin, who's in a Toronto uniform, or Raptors, whatever you want to call it. And Ray Allen, Gilbert Arenas, and the Supersonics up against Tony Parker, Kenyon Martin, and the Hornets. The New Orleans Hornets at that. They both got swept, both of these trash teams. And the Magic are back in the finals with T-Mac this time, up against Tony and Kenyon. And the Magic are running away with it yet again. The Magic 4-0. T-Mac wins a championship, taking Chris Webber's team. I don't know where Chris Webber's at, but he's not here. Chris Paul was drafted by the Spurs. Kevin Garnett was most valuable. Chris Paul Rookie of the Year. LeBron James first team. Chris Webber second team, and me third team. Kobe led the league in scoring. Rebounds was Pau Gasol, and assists was Andre Miller. 3 of the greatest players of all time. Conference finals. The Lakers finally made it. Speaking of I don't know. Ricky Davis is Buddy Hield, I guess. Jason Kidd and Antonio McDyess up against Dwayne Wade and Mike Bibby and Amari Stoudemire and Richard Jefferson. I don't know how the hell that happened. I guess the draft. Kobe Bryant, Chauncey Billups, and Vin Baker's not even there anymore, and they made it. Wait, they're playing against Vin Baker. He's on the Warriors now with Vince Carter. I don't know what's going on. When did Vince Carter even leave the Raptors? The Lakers have made it to the finals. They're playing against the Bucks. Jason Kidd versus Kobe Bryant in the finals. Series is tied 2-2, and the Bucks are going to take this game pretty handedly. Kobe at 35, but we don't care. Kobe does take a game after I said that. He dropped 44. Game 7 in Milwaukee, and they are cooking the Lakers. Jason Kidd is going to win the championship. Kobe had 45, but none of his teammates helped. Chauncey Billups had double figures, but he shot 4 for 17. Al Harrington shot 4 for 15. 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 3 for 9. By Robert Horry, too. Yeah, sorry. Jason Kidd, finals MVP. Kevin Garnett wins another MVP. LeBron wins DPOY. Forget Rookie of the Year or MVP or whatever. First team, second team, third team. T-Mac led the league in scoring. Pau Gasol in rebounds. Pat Moncrief in assists. This is the same Pat Moncrief who missed that shot that year with the 53-point shot. Now it's a 65. I told you he was a 6'6" point guard potential. 64% from the field from Dwight Howard, but who cares? Dwight Howard and Shaq cooking. Heat, Spurs, Hawks, Rockets, Knicks, Celtics, Hornets, okay. Nuggets, Lakers, 76ers, and Bucks all eliminated. We've got the Wizards, Kevin Garnett, Tony Allen, and Lamar Lamar Odom, one hell of a team. Also Jermaine O'Neal up against T-Mac and Elton Brand. And then the Warriors with what's his name? Vince Carter and Vin Baker, the two Vins up against Ray Allen and Gilbert Arenas. The Wizards eliminated and the Warriors eliminated the NBA Finals. Supersonics versus Magic, Ray Allen, Gilbert Arenas versus T-Mac and Elton Brand. And the Supersonics running away with it. They're going to win in 5 games. Gilbert Arenas, NBA champion. And you know, we're going into the 2007 season and we're actually not. That's it. It's been 15 years. And why am I in here 15 years? I don't know, because I feel like it. Shout out to Kobe for putting up 60 in a playoff game. Shout out to Michael Jordan for scoring 41,000 points. Here's a look at the MVP winners along the years. You got a lot of Michael Jordans in there, and the rookies of the year, and the six mans of the year, and the DPOIs, and the most improved players, and the champions. Based off all this information, you could decide who the hell you think is like the GOAT now, because Jordan actually didn't win any championships except for this one in this entire video. Alonzo Mourning, Hall of Fame inductee. Let's gain 53 subscribers on this video for Alonzo Mourning's jersey number. Go listen to my album Hourglass. The link will be in the description, or watch another video. It's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Bye.